Hey everyone, so I wanted to do a quick little update on what I'm doing right now. My warrior is level, my warrior's level 36 now, and all of my gear, I was using it in the last bracket, so it's time to update. It's time to update to upgrade my gear. My weapons are great, they're really good. My gear is good, but it's not great, and there's a lot of items that are a lot better right now. So I'm going to do this, display capture, and I want to show you guys this is what I'm after. And it's going to take a little bit to get this. So the golden scale cuirass, whatever, I can make that on Rubius. The golden scale boots, actually I don't think I can make this. I need to come across this recipe somehow. I did not see in the auction house, I did not see the recipe in there. So it is a little bit earlier in the morning. It's 10:44 a.m. So it's possible someone will put those on there. I could do a search for just these boots and get them from someone else who's made them. But really, I just want to make them myself. I want to make them myself, and I want to expand the recipes that I have for my blacksmith. So I need to work on getting this recipe. And here we have the golden scale gauntlets. Now this is it is through a quest in Stormwind, and Rubius is Horde, so I can't get this quest on him. And I'll tell you what I'm thinking of doing. What I'm thinking of, because my warrior is my highest level Alliance, I think that I have skinning and engineering on him. Skinning so I could get more leather for my leather worker, but I think I'll just unlearn that. I think I'll unlearn skinning, get blacksmithing, and do these quests. And it might seem like a waste to do all of that just for this one recipe. I don't think it is though, because if you had watched in a previous video, I talked about a little bit of my frustration with blacksmithing with either armor smith or weaponsmith, and I wish I could do both. I'm just going to do both. I'm going to have Rubius be my armor smith, Hickorystock will be my weaponsmith, and he'll be my Alliance blacksmith, and then Rubius will be my Horde blacksmith, and I'll get all the recipes. And it'll be really great. So that's my plan. I'm thinking I'll have to spend a little bit of gold in the auction house to get my blacksmithing up enough to accept the quest for now, and then later on, you know, maybe I'll do the weaponsmith. And here we have this recipe. I do have this recipe on Rubius already. The Orcish War Leggings. I don't have this recipe yet. I need to do the quest on Rubius in Orgrimmar. And I want to talk about this a little bit. So these give 17 strength. I prefer pieces of gear that have multiple stats on them. Like these boots are great because they give strength, stamina, and armor pen. So when I upgrade this, it's going to go to 7 strength, 7 stamina, 7 armor pen. And then it'll go again to 8 strength, 8 stamina, 8 armor pen, plus the armor will go up. And as we get higher in the levels, all of those stats, I think on the second upgrade, might increase by an additional point. I can't confirm that to you yet, but yeah, but okay, so a lot of the gear, the stats that I have on my warrior now, they come close to these stats already. Even when these are upgraded, The stats are still very close. But here's the deal. The random affix that, see if I don't have anything that has it on there right now. But the random enchant that comes along with making it, it's better. It gets better and better the higher level the item is. So these give 17 strength. I'll show you what I'm using on him now. We'll go to crafting, blacksmith, legs. Right now, he's got these green iron leggings. 8 strength, 8 stamina. It's upgraded, so it's 10 strength, 10 stamina. I would prefer 10 strength, 10 stamina over 18 strength or 19 strength. But the random enchant is going to be greater. I could potentially get maybe 7 or 8 stamina if I get the Orcish War leggings of stamina. It might even be 9, I don't know. On the helmet that I made, it was 9. The steel plate helmet, which that's level 40. But we're level, those pants are level 37, so it is pretty close. So I am on my shaman right now, and I need this recipe here for these bracers. So I'm headed to the Swamp of Sorrows, and I'm going to park this character there until I can get that recipe from the vendor. And if that one's not working out, I may go to the hinterlands and see about there. The golden scale shoulders, I was able to buy that recipe from the auction house at a reasonable price, 60 silver or something. Maybe it was a gold, something like that. So, and then we've got enchants. You know, I'll get the enchants that I decide to go for. I don't have +4 to all stats on the chest piece yet. It costs 300 or 400 gold in the auction house for that recipe, and that's too much for me right now. I could farm it. I don't want to do that. It's the only stats that are going to benefit me is when it comes out to it. It's going to be 1 strength, 1 stamina, 1 agility, and 1 spirit on my warrior. That's all he's going to really benefit. And those are 4 stats, and I would like that for sure. If it was 100 gold, I would farm it. I would farm it and get the recipe. But it's going to be like 300 or 400 gold just for the recipe. And I'm not ready to do that now. Maybe when I have more gold from my professions or something. I don't really farm a lot of gold right now at this point. I just kind of gather things when I need it. So yeah, we need to run down through here, get to Red Ridge, run through Red Ridge, and go to Swamp of Sorrows, which I'm actually not clear. I'm not clear on the path to get there. Maybe up through here we can go in, I think. I haven't explored this area yet, so I've got to run through here. I don't know how to get to Red Ridge through here. I'm just going to run to this area and hope that I find some sort of mine. But yeah, see if there's anything else I want to go over. My cape, man, it's tough to find a good cape at this level. You can't make them, not for a warrior. We go to tailoring. You know, I might be able to make one with stamina, good stamina. No. 3 stamina, fire resistance, so it doesn't look like it. Right now my cape on my warrior is level 13 with the random enchant on it and everything, and being enchanted again, it gives 5 strength, it gives 5 agility, 5 stamina, 1 strength. And this thing gives 8 agility, 8 stamina. And I'll get 3 more agility on here. So this is a tiny bit better. There's not a lot of great cape enchants, or ones that can be made. And you know, the same thing with the rings. I know we're in vanilla. I know that. But I wish it is on the Wrath of the... I'm talking about professions here. We are on the Wrath of the Lich King expansion. That's what the game is based in. And I would really like it. I wish that we could do jewel crafting, especially with the professions overhaul, to be able to make gloves and, be able to make rings and necklaces. That would be awesome. And then upgrade them. That would be really good. Do we want this just to pick it up? No, I'll leave it. I could sell it to a vendor, but I'm a little cold right now. And it's not too cold in my room, but I don't want my heater on right now because I don't want to listen to it. And sometimes when I talk, I don't know, if I get enthusiastic, excited about something, for some reason I start shivering. I don't know why. But yeah, anyways guys, that's my plan. That's what I'm working on right now. Yeah, I was laying in bed last night and I was thinking about my warrior and how I can't use heroic leap and gladiator stance. And then I realized something really great. It requires 20 points in fury, and gladiator stance requires 20 points in protection. So I can do a hybrid build. I can go 20 in one, 30 in the other, or 25 and 25, or 25 and 26 rather. So I'm still thinking through that. I have not been excited about max level PvP. Just in general, I haven't enjoyed it a ton on my shaman, but I really like the warrior. The Gladiator Warrior seems really, really strong. I think I might really like the max level PvP. Maybe even I may even be excited about arenas. Usually I don't care about arenas very much, except getting the gear, just because it's not as much combat. You fight one person or one team. It's one fight and then it's over. And you go into a battleground and you get 10, 15, sometimes maybe even close to 30 minutes of battle. You know, you fight one group and then you go to another and then you go to another. And I like that way more. You can pick your fights better. Like you can choose to avoid people. If there's a few players in the battleground that just counter you, or they're just a better player, better gear, whatever the case is. If you don't do good against them at all, you can literally just avoid them. You can go pick matchups that you do well against. And I don't think it's about being the best. I don't know. To me, playing the game is not about how good I am at the game. It's just about enjoying the game, you know. I don't feel my ego stimulated about being the best player or something. If you really want to prove that you're the best player, then you'll pick a class that's not very strong and you'll use gear that's not very good. And I just don't understand why I would want to do that. So I know that's a bit different, but you know, that's a little bit close to how I feel about bad matchups. I can't fight these people. You can't fight them. Not all of them. I'm just trying to find my way out of here. Let me the trinket. We'll stun all. No, I can't stun. Yeah, that's crazy. We gotta get out of there. I'm glad for the wolves. Yeah, in my mind, the arenas, it's a different thing. And I haven't played arenas much because I just don't enjoy it a whole lot. You know, that might change. Maybe I'll learn something about it that I'll feel like, no, this is actually really cool. There's some reasons that it's great. I haven't found those things for me yet. I don't think it's all about, you know, it's not all about your ego. That's determined player to player, you know. It's just for me at this point of me playing, that's all that I see for it right now for me, where I'm at, is the only reason I can think to do it is to show how good of a player I am to myself, and I don't care about that. I want more combat. That's what I'm after. I want to have good, successful combat, and I want to be able to turn the battleground around. I want to be able to win battlegrounds if that's specifically my goal, you know. Yeah, so we'll see if anything changes after I get to max level with my warrior. I tend to like the lower level PvP more than the higher level PvP because you can put more preparation than other people in. You can do everything that I'm doing right now to gather the gear. I'm excited to do all these things to get the items because it seems worth it to me. And if it didn't seem worth it to me, then I wouldn't want to do it. I wonder what that guy drops. And I wonder how to get through this place. Oh, wow. That's cool. Alright, let's kill this thing, and I gotta figure out how to get out of here. As far as the preparation for max level, I feel like it's so much shorter than at the lower levels. Like, and you know, it's really not. I don't know. It's just as hard to put more preparation than other players in. So you do a lot of preparation just to be just as good as everyone else, is what it feels like to me, with your gear. Specifically talking about your gear. I talked about it in another video. The Hand of Ragnaros is the best two-hander for max level. And other than that, all the best items are pretty easy to get for PvP. I basically already have them. I could adjust my off pieces a little bit. I don't have a necklace because these are for elemental, but my gear set and my weapon, the Hand of Ragnaros has about 20 more damage per second than this item. It is significantly better. It's a very long grind to get it. You have to do so many things to get that item, and I would like to do that at some point. I am interested in that. I wish there were more items than just that one weapon, though. Okay, there is a necklace, which I don't know how to get. There's the Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker, that I would like to have that on a Gladiator Warrior. So yeah, yeah, this is just where I'm at in the game right now. I've got one level 60, a couple of mid-level characters, my Paladin 42, my Warrior 36, and I don't know. We'll see what I think of the Warrior at max level. I got thinking about that because of the Gladiator stance and the potential for hybrid, you know, Fury and Protection. We can have heroic leap on a Gladiator Warrior, and that sounds pretty awesome. And you know, we can actually do it at level 50 because it only needs 20 and 20, so we can do that at level 50. If I do go all protection though, I can get Devastate, or actually that's not what it's called. Sunder, yeah, I think it is Devastate. I don't remember, but it's another stun, and it's an AoE stun with like a 20 or 30 second cooldown, which is crazy because my engage right now on my Gladiator is charge in there and use the stun, concussion blow I think it's called, and right after that I shield bash them, which gives them a 3-second silence, and I think at level 38 I get pummel, so I can interrupt again, and then at level 60 I can use my AoE stun, and it's crazy how much crowd control you get. It makes me feel like I'm playing a combat rogue. And then by that time, you'd think concussion blow would almost be done from its cooldown. And then we have disarm, and it's just like, if I'm fighting any other melee character, how are they going to handle all that? I have no idea. I have no idea. I think this is the route. We've got to go through Deadwing Pass. That's where we have to go. And I decided to go for this vendor first in the Swamp of Sorrows rather than the hinterlands because of the journey it takes to get there. I think there's probably more players in hinterlands than Swamp of Sorrows. So we're going for the Swamp of Sorrows. You know, we might be blessed to have the recipe be there right when we get there. We'll see. Yeah, so I've been talking for about 23 minutes, so that's where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. I did not intend to talk all about the PvP stuff, arenas, max level, but it just kind of came to me as I was thinking about my warrior. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.